This is one of the best players in the NHL today. His name is Matthew Schaefer, and as far back as 1 year ago, we were getting prepared to see him get drafted into the NHL. But the question with Schaefer wasn't about whether he would be the top guy in the draft. It was about whether or not he could live up to the hype. Welcome back to Ice Hockey POV. We are here in the car once more to go over the 2025 Hockey News Draft Preview. I got this from my local library. It's really great that they have all of these older hockey news magazines available for us to read, because 1 year after the 2025 NHL Draft in LA, this guy is an absolute superstar. He won the NHL's Rookie of the Year award, and I think we all should have seen this coming. But let's dive into Schaefer's draft profile from 1 year ago and talk about how this guy defied all the odds. He defied all the heartbreak and all the injuries, too, to establish himself as the number one U19 defenseman in the NHL. There was a really beautiful write-up on Matthew Schaefer that was posted into this magazine written by Ken Campbell. This is a stick tap to mom. The 2025 draft's consensus number one prospect, Matthew Schaefer, had no trouble answering a pre-draft question that often vexes other top picks, even though he probably wishes it weren't so easy. This article is so sad. It dives into Matthew Schaefer's relationship with his mother's very unfortunate passing, and how that's affected his hockey playing career. I think the entire attitude and the feeling from this piece is summarized by the very first line. If love could have saved you, you would have lived forever. The inscription on Jennifer Schaefer's tombstone. This article, if you have access to it online or in the magazine, I highly recommend you go out there and read it. It opens up by talking about the San Jose Sharks and their team psychologists who wanted to ask Matthew Schaefer about adversity, personal obstacles, how young, successful men who have led charmed lives often have a little trouble with that question. But teams need not ask that of Matthew Schaefer, the consensus number one prospect in the 2025 draft. They already know what this kid can overcome, and it has nothing to do with his hockey achievements. The pain of a busted collarbone eventually went away. The pain of a 16-year-old losing his mother to breast cancer less than 3 months after his billet mom also passed will never subside. But neither will the memories. That's what Matthew Schaefer takes comfort in now. Love could not keep Jennifer Schaefer alive, though she used it to put up one hell of a fight, but it still fills her son's heart. This is one of the most emotional things that I think the Hockey News has ever put into their magazine. And with Matthew Schaefer having such an impact in the National Hockey League in his very first year, being the best rookie in the league, being the top defenseman on the Islanders, making them not really care about the departure of Noah Dobson one bit. This is an individual that totally took the hockey world by storm. And 1 year ago, you had scouting reports going out there and talking about how Schaefer will excel in all areas. He'll be a power play guy. He'll be a PK guy. He'll be on the ice in the last 5 minutes. And then, if you talk about his entire personality as a whole, his whole style, his fashion sense, it's a stick tap to his mom. He's a guy that was so kind, so good to everybody around him. He totally defies the expectation that you have of junior hockey players, young Canadian kids who have stuck-up attitudes. Matthew Schaefer is absolutely not that. And if you go over to the Hockey News' scouting report for this guy, It started with the mono, and it ended with a collarbone, but in between, Schaefer established himself as the consensus #1 prospect in the draft. If he is chosen first, he will have played the fewest games in his draft year of any first overall pick in modern draft history. His skating and IQ are elite, and there is a sense of calm when the puck is on his stick. He is an exit machine, said one scout. He can skate it out or pass it out and has the ability to control the play. I've never seen a team disintegrate the way Canada did after he got hurt at the World Juniors. Projections for Schaefer range from Dahlin on the low end to Cale Makar on the high end, but the general view is that he excels at everything. He is above average to very good in every area you would rate a guy. I don't think he's as dynamic as Makar, but he's really well-rounded in all areas. I think his skating puts him in the elite category. And they said the best case was Roman Josi. Make no mistake about it, my friends, Matthew Schaefer is a guy whom, if we were to place bets, I honestly do think he is in the Norris conversation as quickly as next year, if not guaranteed to being in it 2 years from now. This guy is a franchise-defining defenseman, and the hype for this guy started 1 year ago, in his draft-eligible season in 2025. This has been Ice Hockey POV, and I'll catch you in the next one.